Welcome, flip clock fans. You're looking at a Sony TFM-C450W. And we're going to take this thing apart because that's what we do here at Flip Clock Fans. But first, a little look. The front is square at about 5.5 inches. It's actually 6 inches high if you include the base. The depth is 5.25. This clock is a little bit dirty. You can see the kind of yellowing on the numbers. We're going to have to take it apart to clean it up. This clock is unique in that it has a weather band, and this is where you would tune that in on the back. So to take it apart, you remove the first knob. That's the sleep button. The second part, the first part of that knob, that adjusts the alarm, and the second part of that knob adjusts the time. This is the tuner knob and the volume knob. They just pull straight away. All the knobs have to be removed before you can take the clock apart. Disassembly is pretty straightforward. We have 2 screws to remove on the back. And then at the top of the back you'll see a little indention. Normally I don't like to pry things, but that's actually what this is made for. Now there's 2 tabs at the bottom. We'll have to take those into account here in a second. I'm going to carefully pry this a little bit. You're going to lift and pull to clear those tabs. Now on the clock mechanism there are 3 screws. The top left, the top right, and the right bottom that have to be removed. It's best to kind of have it facing down like this and use a magnetic screwdriver. The speaker is held in a kind of unique way. It's just a wire, a bent wire. The speaker comes out fairly easy. We've already removed the screws as you saw, so you just pull the mechanism straight away. Like so. Now there is a cord holder here. There are 2 screws that we're going to remove. And you see they've wrapped the cord around in a kind of a figure 8 there. That keeps the cord from getting yanked out. Now if you look underneath the circuit board here, you'll see kind of a base. That's underneath the transformer. That's in a groove, and we're going to slide that out. Now either side of the circuit board is actually inside of a slot. So we're just going to pull that towards us and slide it straight out. It comes out fairly easily. It may be a little bit stuck the first time you do that. What's holding us up here is the antenna for the weather band. It's actually in a knot at the bottom. The other knot that's on the inside, we just leave that be. And inside the case here, you can see that they've secured the front piece, the clear plastic, by melting the tabs. This clock needs to have the volume cleaned. So the potentiometer here needs a little bit of contact cleaner sprayed down in there, and then the volume moved back and forth. This is the mechanism lit with a neon glow bulb. The Made in Japan symbol is on the 00. Again, this is where you would adjust the weather once you tuned into weather. And we're listening to the weather. Once you get it tuned in, it comes in really good.
8:52 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time weather conditions across north central Kentucky.
Now to listen to a little bit of FM here. And you can see it comes in really good. It's got a pretty good sound for just a little bitty speaker. And on your AM,
if there was nothing there, and there was no reason to believe there was something there, but of course they
comes in loud and clear. So we're going to compare this clock to a couple other flip clocks in Flip Clock Fan Studios. The clock itself does remind you of another square clock with a round face. This is the Seth Thomas. It's a model number 854. But of course this one's got the radio included. Both of them are neat cube radios. Another Sony that this clock reminds me of, we have taken to call this a speedometer flip clock. It's a 6RC15. It's got the mechanics all jammed in there. Well, there it is. The Sony Weather TFM-C450W.
When you get the time, come visit us at flipclockfans.com.